Let's see who it is.
Hello?
Yellow 347. You're on the air.
What's up, boss? How you doing?
How you doing?
This is Smokey over here from the Bronx.
How you doing? Hey, did you go vote today?
No, I don't vote. I don't believe in that stuff.
Well, I don't blame you for not voting this time, sir. Go ahead.
I don't go to jury duty. I don't do none of that stuff. The first year I was eligible to vote was the year the whole fiasco happened with Bush down there in Florida. Put a bad taste in my mouth. I'll never do that again.
Oh yeah, what? You didn't like Bush?
No, it's not even that. It's just the whole fiasco, the way that it was rigged. That shit was rigged, buddy.
Well, regardless, I'm glad that George W. Bush was president, because I've said this before. Had Al Gore been president, we'd probably all have pictures of Osama bin Laden over our fireplaces right now.
You're crazy, buddy. Bush is like the devil, but I'm not even into politics because I don't vote. You know what I'm saying, buddy? But what I think you need to do is smoke a joint, relax, take a deep breath, and then kill yourself.
Oh yeah, and that's your substance? That's out of the Bronx, New York, right?
Yes, sir. Good old.
Yep, good old Bronx, New York. Liberalism at its finest right there. You see what I'm saying? I bet you money that this Nimrod is collecting Social Security. He's probably claiming he's got some sort of mental handicap, and it's obvious by what he stated here on the air here. He's obviously got a mental deficiency. He's probably using all kinds of government subsidies to give to some drug dealer so he can continue consuming his drugs like some ridiculous fiend. And let me tell you something, this is a perfect example of what liberalism will get you right here. This idiot Smokey. I bet you he believes in all this dumbass hip-hop crap, I bet you he's got the garb that this liberal media has forced him into believing that is some sort of culture. This ridiculous garb. No, look, I like rap. Believe it or not, I like rap. I like the old school stuff. The old school stuff. But 50 Cent, and here comes, these people are probably younger people. They're bringing up 50 Cent like he's the great OG. But this is what I'm talking about, folks. This is liberal media asserting a notion of social, I guess of social emulation on your children. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This 50 Cent character, okay? 50 Cent is a product. He's not even a real gangster, okay? This Curtis Jackson character was just some goof, that happened to probably live, in the suburbs of New York or around New York somewhere. Never, ever was involved in anything, not that that's a good thing, but he was never involved in any of the criminal activity that he claims. He's never involved in all this garbage. He's a complete product, and this is sold to your children as some sort of real credible outcry of the streets. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And as a matter of fact, 50 Cent was a real little tag name of one of these New York crime figures in Brooklyn. So, he basically hijacked the name of some criminal that happened to get killed. So it's just ridiculous. So this is what I'm talking about, this Smokey idiot. This is what's happening to your youth, folks. I'm sure he comes from a broken home, okay? I'm sure he's been raised by his mammy. That's why he's so, the man's probably about 25-something years old, and he's still talking about smoking joints. Give me a break. He's probably he's probably a fat-in-the-ass bastard. He's probably collecting all these, every kind of social program you can think of, and yet he's spending all that money on smoking dope. It's ridiculous. And you see, he is a product of what's happening here. This is a social ill. What you just heard, that previous caller, is a social ill of society. He was probably raised in a single-parent home. That's a product of a single-parent home. He was obviously not African-American, and yet he was trying to sound African-American. And why is that? Because you got this liberal media, this liberal Hollywood media selling products like 50 Cent and all these other fake gangsters that are being sold as real OGs, so to speak. They're selling this to your children, and your children are creating, the ghetto lifestyle in suburban America. And you want to know why it is? Because, you know, the people that are influencing your children, if you're a two-parent home, the people that are influencing your children are from single-parent families, typically raised by their mother, because the mother usually gets the kids most of the time in a divorce anyway. I mean, the woman could be a prostitute and still get the kids, which is ridiculous. But this is what's influencing your children. That's why I emphasize we have to save the American family, or we're going to get more products like this. I mean, this is what we need, folks, and that's why, you know, everybody on the blogosphere, everybody on BTR, hey, Super Tuesday, yeah, I mean, give me a break. You're going to get liberalism regardless. All right, you vote for the left, you're going to get blatant communism. If you vote for the right, you're going to get petty bourgeoisie socialism. That's what you're going to get. That's exactly what you're going to get. It's ridiculous. And here I got this ridiculous wannabe hip-hop character over here, Smokey, calling me up again. Look, you've already expressed your ignorance, son. All right, it's obvious. There's no need to call back. So just, you know, continue smoking your little pot and get the heck out of here, man. You're obnoxious. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm going to kick you out of my damn chat room because you're a piece of trash. So, see ya, Smokey. Let me get this piece of crap out of here. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I just had to get rid of some riffraff. Called up in here, told me to smoke some weed, and hey, yo, what's up, and all this garbage. I mean, the man sounded whiter than, you know, Bill Clinton's ass cheeks. And he's going to come up on here acting as if he's just straight out of Compton or something. It's ridiculous. It's just absolutely stupid. Anyway, 646-652-4869. I got another caller here. Hopefully this caller can provide a little bit of civil discourse instead of that ridiculous kid that called up previous talking about smoking pot and, you know, thinking he's straight out of Compton or something. So, anyway, 917, you're on the air.
Yeah, what's up? This is straight out of Compton again. What's up, buddy? This is the white black guy, as you put it.
Oh, okay. So what do you want?
I wanted to know. First of all, I gave you a show. You should be happy. I made everybody in that chat room was liking what I was saying. They were laughing.
You said 2 sentence fragments, you moron.
Okay,
what are you talking about?
I have 2 parents. They're both still alive. They're both beautiful people. They took care of me as a kid. They were great. I don't live off Social Security or none of that stuff, no handicap. I work for a living off the books. I don't
you make a living off the books, so you're a drug dealer.
No, I'm not a drug dealer, to tell you the truth. I make pizza. I don't know if you know what that is. I'm a hard-working American. I'm 28 years old. I'm not a little kid like you said. I just want to know, what are you doing? Like, you're kicking me out of a chat room. This is supposed to be America and all this stuff.
But you're acting like... Look,
you're acting like Hitler on this thing, buddy.
No. Look, you see, you're trying to provide discourse.
What color is your sheet you're wearing?
Hey, let me go ahead and mute you, son. First of all, because you were sitting up here up until recently talking to me like a man, that's why I let you talk. But when you called previous, you were acting like some neurotic buffoonery, like you were straight out of Compton talking about you need to smoke weed and do all this garbage. I'm not going to let you perpetuate that message on my show. I have conservatives that listen to me, you idiot. So I'm going to let you go ahead, and I'm going to take you off mute, and I want you to go ahead and tell me something that's going to surprise me. You say you're 20 years old, you deliver pizzas for a living. That's great. I'm glad. I mean, because before I thought you were cleaning enema bags for a living. But I'm glad to hear that you're actually doing something with yourself, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the forum. Go ahead.
What do you do besides just banter on the radio?
I employ people, sir. I'm an entrepreneur. I got my nails dirty and worked hard for what I got. All right, and that's what I'm suggesting that everybody out there that's getting these entitlement programs from the government need to do too. Just need to go out and work.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I agree with you on that.
Well, then why are you telling me to kill myself?
Oh, because you're very uptight, sir. You need to smoke a joint, relax, have a beer, and you act like you're going to change the world, sir. You're not. You're not going to do any of this. Your name is Ghost. Like, what are you?
It's called a screen name, you idiot. We've been using them ever since AOL started commercially distributing internet connections.
How old are you? Like 40 years old, and you're yelling at me. You're so angry. What's your problem?
Hey, because it's a political show, and I take politics a little serious. You just like to smoke joints, and as long as that government subsidy check comes in every week, you're happy.
No, I don't have a government subsidy check because the weed man don't take that stuff. He takes cash. You know,
weed man, that's great. Get the hell off my line, you ridiculous, neurotic imbecile. Give me a break. I told you to stop making references to drug use, and here you are, you're sticking a Kentucky Fried Chicken grease thumb up your anal passage, doing it again. Piece of trash, but this is what I'm talking about. This is a 20-year-old right here, 20 years old. And did you hear the absolute inarticulate way he's putting points across here? I'm not saying you have to be the most articulate person, but damn it, have common sense, folks. Have common sense. It's ridiculous.